We're too invested.
Right.
Like, we've already beat one dead horse, but this horse is still alive and kicking.
We're at this point we're his biggest fans.
Right. I have to get a Rendon jersey.
That would be amazing. We definitely need to do. Oh, here we go. Let's see how we sound after the ad break.
After the
always gotta account for the ad break, you know.
We get walked on by our own sounders and ad breaks. It's so fun.
I mean, it's tough. It's tough to be this amazing. What can I say?
I mean, I gotta watch a KFC ad just to hear what I sound like.
I had an American military, Air National Guard, and what was the other one? I don't know, something. Yeah, maybe Taco Bell, something like food. Okay, here we go. Here we go. How do we sound?
Oh, a nerds.
We sound great. We sound great, baby. Oh, you got a nerds ad? You got a nerds ad, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Nerds are like, we got to talk about nerds because
nerds are one of the greatest candies ever invented. Oh, and
disagree. Disagree with you on that.
We sandwich KFC with nerds.
We're professional. Man. You ready to hit it? Because I'm ready to hit it.
It's ready to hit it. Call on the G man.
Oh, I gotta do one more thing.
And another nerds ad. How many ads are we're not?
Wait, how many nerds? Is nerds like taking over Twitch right now?
I think so.
All right. Well, you know what else is taking over Twitch? Us. Hit. Oh, that's right. We're taking over Twitch. Hopefully, we'll be taking over TikTok relatively soon. We can actually do stuff with it. What's up, everybody? This is the Dicking Around Podcast. Welcome. We are your hosts, Joshua and Philbo. That's right. I went by your full legal name, so look out. They'll be swatting you. They'll be swatting you into the next couple of hours. As long as you wait for us to finish the show, I appreciate that. So anyway, what's up, everybody?
What's up?
We are back from the cabin, and we definitely cock-teased.
Because I'm not going to be a part of that. I left my energy drink, so I'll be right back.
Okay, well, that's because it's just because you don't want to apologize live. Don't fuck around with me. So both, actually, I'm going to tell you what. I speaking on behalf of Josh, it's solely Josh and not Philbo. We are sorry because we definitely cock-teased our entire audience. We dick-teased them. We did not dick around with our audience the way we said that we would when we went to the cabin. That's mostly because we were too busy dicking around. And we were like, we could film stuff and we could, do what we're supposed to do. And then we just didn't do it. Kind of upsetting. But you know what? That's okay. That's fine. Josh is really sorry about that. And for that reason, we are live today on a Saturday instead of live at 5 on a Friday. It's all.
By the way, who brought it up at least thrice on the cabin trip? Like, hey man, we should do the podcast. Hey man,
I said yes, we should. I kept saying yes, we should, and then we just never did.
We just never did. I mean,
yeah,
we were having too much fun.
We were literally having too much fun.
I don't know. I hope you had a good time because I had a fucking blast.
I had an amazing time. Like, there's really no getting around that.
And, sans like 1 or 2, I think everyone else did too.
Yeah, well, I mean, I feel like even if they didn't have a blast, they still had a good time. They just didn't have a good time the entire time, and that's fine.
Just fine because most of us did.
Because the important people did.
Right.
But anyway, no, it was great.
I didn't want to phrase it like that, but yeah.
It was a great cabin trip. However, we will not be using that service ever again. RIP to Renee, who won't be getting an orgasm from us again anytime soon.
Sorry, Cabins over the USA, phone. For that reason, you're out of here.
For that reason, we're out. But that's fine. That's fine. Anyway, so it was good though. It was good to take a break from work, from the universe, from life, and hang out with each other and the boys, the gang. As it were, the bullpen boys. So, but yeah, it was legit.
Patrol grew by 1. The minions of hell grew stronger.
So how did you initiate him though? Did you ice him or like what happened?
Well, no, we had him perform several tasks over the last 2 days, and all of which were successful.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And
Like take out the trash and cooking
yeah,
breakfast.
well, well, he did none of that, but uh, no, that's not really a downstairs thing.
Gotcha.
But
Right.
um, no, he's still in a probationary period. He's still got 6 months to go before we add him to the official newsletter. But also, Slater has to sign off. Slater didn't officially. There's like our ink is not dry yet, but Slater has
Right.
yet to sign. So,
Okay.
um,
Understandable. You got
but
sometimes
he's
you got to keep it under wraps. You got to make sure everybody is feeling it perfectly.
right. But Gator and I had a quorum, so we did what we had to do, and I'm feeling good. Scooter, welcome to the team, brother.
Welcome to the team, brother.
Brother.
Beautiful. I love that.
And we made it very clear that once you're ice patrol for life.
100%. It's a ride or die kind of organization.
It is. There's like no jump in, no jump out. The only
Right.
way out is in a pine box, bitch.
It's in a yeah. What is it like? I'd rather be carried by 6 than something like that. I forget exactly how it goes, but it's along those lines. Yeah, I'd rather be carried by 6 than iced by 1. Ice Patrol for life, baby.
Ice Ice Baby. That's our theme song too.
Ice Ice Baby. Yeah, the Vanilla Ice. Yeah,
Yeah,
I love that.
100%.
All right, well, Josh, what do we got to drink this week? I know what I got to drink this week because somehow, I wasn't even trying to do this. I made it home with both bottles of tequila.
Well, it's fun because I'm doing leftovers as well.
Nice, that is fun. You got
So,
aviation. You got Ryan Reynolds for us. Hey,
I've
there it
I've
is.
got the largest bottle. Like it's bigger than my whole torso. Like the largest bottle of gin ever
I
put
love that.
together. And
Can
I
you do
love that
a?
you guys got this.
You got to do a Mint Mobile ad at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. He's wearing the hat. He's officially been indoctrinated.
I put the dick sweater on it. So
Yeah,
Raven's
by the
dick
way,
sweater.
I still haven't gotten a dick sweater in the email, but that's okay.
Tickled the tit. No,
Tickled the tit, the tits, the top, the gums, the teats, whatever.
tickle the teats that tip the top.
There it is. That's sexy. So what you mixing with it, buddy?
Well, you already know.
Red Bull?
Actually, it's grape nos.
Grape. Oh, okay. Yeah, there's only 2 mixers. There's only 2 mixers on the podcast. One is Red Bull. The other one is Grape Nos.
Well, no, I think last episode I used Full Throttle, but we're going.
What was it?
By the way, oh, we got chewed up by another ad break, which is great. But um,
That's okay.
no,
That's why we offer all of our ad-free content on
Patreon.
well, on there would be if we had any patrons, it would be on Patreon, and also on Apple Podcasts. Right, we're currently ad-free on that platform as well. So, but in the meantime, get fucked. Watch a Taco Bell or a KFC ad or a Nerds ad, apparently.
Yeah, I'm on Taco Bell right now. Anyway, look, cheers to everybody. It's good to be back from vacation and still drinking in my garage. Um, cheers to my beautiful co-host with his fucking giant ass 5 head. Here's to all the subscribers. We love you guys. The followers, you're okay, but there's just one more button to hit. You can do it. And to everyone else watching, cheers. We're gonna fucking get it done today.
Cheers. Cheers, 100%. I got stuff in here.
Oh, I got an H&M ad. Dude, like, is our whole show ads?
It might be H&M. So, okay, so let's talk about Nerds for a second because you said they're one of the greatest candies of all time. I have to respectfully disagree with you on that. I've never been a big Nerds. I don't think they taste bad necessarily. I've just never sat down and thought, this is delicious. So, that's just me. I don't know what to tell you. I don't really like Smarties either. I've just candies. I know they're not the same thing, obviously, but just like hard candies in general are not my thing. That doesn't mean I don't like there's definitely some hard, like butterscotch, fucking delicious. I'll be 87 years old and eating butterscotch, as they bury me, as the Ice Patrol buries me in ices. So
I don't really like butterscotch, but Nerds, I've always liked Nerds for some reason. And that's really in any application. Like you can do a lot with Nerds because you can coat things with Nerds. So
that is true.
And then a Nerds rope is just Oh my god, because I love gummy candies, but I also love nerds. So it's
Right.
like a gut,
There's nothing quite like blasting nerds around. You know
right?
what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, fucking dropping nerds. But I also back to the Dairy Queen. Shout out DQ.
Shout out
Grow
DQ.
growing up, like the nerds blizzard,
Mm,
dude. That
that was a big thing.
yeah, but that's like sneaky good. Like if you're from the outside looking in, you're like, I really like, vanilla ice cream and I
Right.
really like nerds, but they sound terrible put together. And
Yeah, they really do.
they'll surprise you.
I found out that DQ is also Cooter's guilty pleasure as well. Made me feel good
why
because
didn't why didn't why didn't we go to DQ at the cabin?
I don't. We passed by we literally drove past like 7 DQs and we never went to a single one of them.
I know.
And all I did was talk about going to DQ. I guess it just didn't work out.
It's never gonna happen.
It's never gonna. I mean, it's like our white whale. We'll never happen to step inside a Dairy
Hey,
Queen.
our Moby Dick
Right.
is the nerds blizzard.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. That's funny.
So it may never happen. I don't know. We've been talking about it for over a year now, and
Right.
collectively have driven together by at least 2 dozen DQs and never even thought about it.
It's a thing, dude. It's a thing. I don't know. We got to get on top of our game. But you know
Or
who
we just
else?
ignore it because it's not that good now.
Uh, I don't. Well, see, that's the thing. I told you, it's like some of the best chicken tenders I ever had were at that DQ, and that's why I wanted to go back since then.
I'm saying
Not,
when I was coming up, it was some of the best like shakes and ice cream and
yeah, it still
burgers and
is.
hot dogs. And no, dude, I told you I had it a couple of years ago and it went like way downhill.
That's upsetting. I feel like that's I maybe it depends. I feel like it's also Dairy Queen is one of those places where it's very location specific. Like it really depends on who's working there. Um, so I'm hoping that's the case, but I definitely I want to go back and get some of those chicken tenders, man. Like those are just heavenly.
See,
And
I'm not big on chicken tenders. Like the the only time I'll ever have like I'm not I'm not what's his name from Shorzy?
oh, goody.
Eddie. Oh, the
Yeah,
chicken nuggets are so good.
normally I'm not a chicken tenders guy either. But it's just I don't know. Like normally like I'm not 5 years old. Normally that's not my go-to.
Right. No, I'm not a 19-year-old white chick. Like
Right.
that's my out if we go to a good restaurant with they just keep these on the menus to
Right.
profile you so now they can judge you in the back. Like
Right.
like for instance like Dubs in Savannah. Like you go in there and they
Mm,
have all this shit like literally they're like they're aging their own blue cheese in the back of
right.
their wings and
Yeah, they have a guy from Buffalo making their
right.
hot sauce.
And I'm not shitting on their chicken tenders, but their chicken tenders are the worst thing on the menu because they're just chicken fucking tenders.
Right,
Like
exactly.
you could actually get the chicken pieces, which is like the piece of fat with like fried like flour
Right,
on it
where it's
that
got
you
its shit
can
together.
that you can dip in like homemade honey mustard or
Mm,
homemade blue cheese and just like
yeah.
like me, it looks like I'm James Harden, like I'm just covered in sauce like up to my eyeballs.
Right.
Like
We talked about like dip your hand into the blue cheese,
yeah,
then grab your wing, then dip your wing into the blue cheese, and then
right.
you're just covered from every possible angle.
Yeah. I don't need a napkin, I'm gonna need a shower.
Yes. Yeah. Like hose me off in the back, I'll be fine.
Just put me in the mop sink and hit me real
Yeah.
quick with the hose.
Now put me in the mop bucket, wheel me outside, and then hose me down.
Publicly shame me, and I would still be happy because those wings were so fucking good.
I'll be eating the wing as you're hosing me down. Like
Right,
no,
which
it was funny. It was funny too because I saw Slater this morning when we worked out, and I was like, "You know what I really want right now?" He was like, "Wings," and I was like, "Wings,"
dude, those
like
wings are
without a
so
doubt.
fucking good.
At the brewery, or the ones we grilled. Okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
and that's the other thing. So and I guess now we're just into the cabin talk. So at the brewery we went to, weirdest fucking brewery at the Marlboro Brewery.
Dude, those wings weren't that good.
They weren't. They were also the weirdest wings I've ever been served. I've never been served a whole wing like that, and I was just so confused. Like
That's kind of that's a artisanal thing. Like they do that to be fancy, but
right, but then
it's
there was like hardly any sauce on them at all, and it's not
Right.
like they weren't like cooked in a super specific way. Like there was nothing about it that was special. It was some of the most average wing I've ever had, and then the fact that they didn't separate them
Well, and
just was
the
just
thing
weird.
that I don't like with wings like that is they serve it with the tip. So like I kind of treat it like the tail on a shrimp. Like I want to eat it, but I can't because it might
Right,
kill me. So like
right,
I try and chew as much sauce and crunch off of it that I can,
right,
and
exactly.
then I attack the real wing. But at the same time, it's an artisanal place. I'm trying to drink a beer and look like a normal person, but I'm covered in sauce because I'm like trying to crack a wing open and
Right.
fucking and do all this shit. It's a whole thing. It's not my favorite way to receive a wing.
Yeah, it's definitely not my favorite way to receive a wing either.
Right.
Yeah, it's the whole thing, dude. I don't get it. It makes no sense to me. So
But the wings you grilled up were fucking right. Like Slater, sit the fuck down. Grilling was the way to go.
yeah, he was like, no, the oven, and like he literally chased me outside, and I was like,
I know.
listen, I got
Your,
this, homie.
your response, I could tell you were a little irked because you did the dishes and you were like, fuck, all these people are having fun and now I gotta cook. But like I saw
No,
you.
I wasn't even. It wasn't even that. I wasn't even that upset. Honestly, I was because I wasn't planning on drinking or doing anything. So I was like, I'll just do it. Like because I did. I also wanted to make sure I was contributing, and I was like, fuck it, I'll just get it done. It's not that big a
But
deal.
I know you were in like concentrated Filbo mode. Like
Right.
I'm gonna stomp around and fucking and even Slater was like Slater
Mongo
was like
mode.
he was like, is he mad? I was like, I don't think he is, but
No,
I
no, not even
was
for
I
a
was like
second.
I was like, I'll go hang out with them either way because nobody wants to cook alone. But
No, I was having.
but
I actually. I was. It's funny you say that because I was listening to my like one of my podcasts I listen to, and I was like, God damn it, he's out here now. Now I can't listen to my podcast.
oh, so I made it worse. Uh,
Yeah.
But one of my favorite responses from the trip was when you were literally like full speed mongoing through, going out the door, and he was like, Phil, 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 and you went, Kevin, 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 Kevin,
As
as
I
you're
just
going
kept
down the
going.
stairs.
I didn't stop. I just kept going. I was like,
Right.
no. These are going on the grill, buddy. I got you.
I just sat there. I was like, whatever happens, happens. I'm not gonna step in.
Plus, yeah, dude, the grilled wings 100% better than honey baked ham, whatever the fuck you wanted me to do with it. It was 100% the way to go. So I feel good. I came out on
Well,
top. I only burned like 5 of them.
which, by the way, I shit on Joey later. I was like, "Why is that on your plate?" And he was like, "What?" And I was like, "This piece of charcoal you
Yeah.
have right here." He's
Yeah.
like, "Well, I wasn't gonna eat it." I was like, "Then why is it on your plate?" And then he was like, "No, I was gonna eat it." I was like,
Hey, I ate a
I,
couple of the really burned ones. Honest, I mean, it was just the one side that was really burned. So I was fine with it. It still
either
tasted
way,
good. You put a
the
bunch of
wings
blue
were
cheese on it, and it's blue cheese on charcoal. Apparently, tastes amazing.
the wings were fucking great, but
Yeah,
I also shit my ass yesterday, so I don't know if that was related.
dude. So here I'm gonna tell my life story a little bit here. I got home yesterday, fucking exhausted as shit. Took a nap for like I hate taking naps. I made this clear. I never take naps. I took a nap. Uh, waited. My wife got home. We had dinner, and then I was like, you know what? I'm feeling good after my nap. Like I felt like a whole new person. I was like, all right, I'm gonna
See,
go for a run.
that's why you take naps.
Yeah, but I don't. It really throws off my sleep cycle, and I had trouble sleeping for like the last like it kind of started beginning of college. Like I really had a lot of trouble sleeping, so it just and until I started regularly taking melatonin, it really fucked me up. So it's a whole thing. But to back to the ass shitting part. So I take my dog on a run as usual, and I had definitely been on the toilet a couple of times, and Annie was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, for the most part." And I felt fine. And but here's I never run or work out after I eat. I hate doing it, but I actually felt good, so I was like, "Fuck it, I'll just go." Um, about 3/4 of the way back, I could not hold it in anymore, and I literally had to go into the bushes at 9:30 at night and take a shit in the bushes on my run route. And I haven't been back today. I kind of buried it a little bit, like the best that I could. But my dog was also like sniffing at it the whole fucking time, and I'm like, "Get the fuck out!" And I kept trying to shove him away, and he just kept coming back. I'm like, "No, dude." So yeah, that happened.
Trying to lick your asshole.
Yeah, so the wings came back to bite me a little bit.
Yeah, no, that dude. Listen, I'm a regular guy, and I announced this at the cabin because somebody said something about cooter shitting, and I was like, listen, I'm a regular guy. I shit 3 times a day. Like, when I get
Oh
up,
yeah,
I shit. When, when it's lunchtime after the first time that I eat, I
yeah,
shit. And then when I get home from work, I shit. And
right,
then that's it.
right.
And yesterday, dude, I left the cabin
And
and it
I
was it
shit.
was
I
but
stopped. I stopped for gas. I took a shit. I
but
stopped for
it was
gas again. I took a shit.
but it was that feeling like you guys left and I was kind of hanging around and
Right.
Gator and I were the only ones there. He took a shit. And I was like, I think I haven't eaten this morning, so I think it'll be okay.
Right.
And I'm not gonna shit. And he was like, dude, are you waiting on me? I was like, yes. But I left, dude. I had to shit 3 times. It was a 3-hour drive, so I had to shit 3 times on the way home.
In a 3-hour drive, I had to shit 3 times. I love
I
that.
had to shit 3 times. Like I stopped like 30 minutes in because I was like, I should have shit at the cabin, and
Uh,
then
That's fine.
and,
First
and
mistake.
then I was like, no, it's fine. And I went. I had to get gas probably like I don't know halfway through, like an hour and a half left. And so I just got gas and I shit again. It wasn't super imminent, but I could feel the gurgling. And so
Wait, can I rename the episode "The Gurgling"?
the gurgling. And then, dude, and this is not as bad as what you had to do, but at the same time, I was like 10 miles from home and I was like, I'm gonna shit in my car. Like I gotta go. And like I
Right,
pulled off at the Lincolnton exit, which that's the next town over
right.
from
It's
ours.
like it's literally like
And,
10. It's not even 10 minutes from your house.
and I was like, there's a McDonald's and a gas station, and the gas station was closer. So I chose the least clean bathroom and just shit it up. And then I got
Sometimes you
home
got to
and
do what you got to do.
I just kept shitting. Like, but like Thundercat got home like an hour later, and I shit 4 more times, and she was like, "Are
Woo!
you okay?" I was like not really.
Well, I don't know, and I don't know what it was because it's not like I undercooked them, so I don't know what it was. I don't
You
know
def
why they just
you
kept coming
definitely
out.
didn't undercook them. I don't know.
Right?
Maybe it was because they
Maybe it
were.
was the
I don't know.
garlic sauce or something. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I eat
I don't know.
spicy stuff, and that wasn't even spicy. I don't know.
Right?
It was just something. Whatever it
I
was
know.
got me.
Right? It wasn't even. Yeah, it wasn't spicy. It really wasn't that spicy at all.
No.
And we had hot. We had some more. Well, it wasn't really hot sauce, but it was like a spicy sauce, and that wasn't really that spicy either. So like,
No. I
yeah, I
mean,
don't know. I think it was just a culmination of all of the shit that we had eaten that entire week. You know what I'm
I mean
saying?
they. Yeah. I mean the wings did have a lot of spices on them, so maybe that was it. I don't know. But
I don't know. I feel like anyway, it's fine.
anyway,
We shit
I
our
should.
pants.
I
Congratulations.
we both almost shit our pants yesterday. So that's
Yeah,
how you know
literally.
you had good wings.
Mission move over, Dubs. There's a
Right.
new player in town.
Philbo.
Right. The PJ Wing experience. That'll
Anyway,
be the name of our restaurant.
speaking of shitting your pants, the Rendon effect.
Yeah, I was gonna
What
say.
about your thoughts?
Maybe we should change our name to the Your Thoughts podcast. Josh, thoughts. So yeah,
Well,
so
that's
Rendon.
that's a whole thing. We've already had stickers and merch made.
I know. Well, and speaking of the stickers, we didn't do shit with the stickers. Like, how fucking dumb are we? We talked about how we were gonna blanket the Tennessee Valley with with stickers, and that just never happened.
Which you do have a Killboy sticker on the Suburban now.
I do, and well, you know, the real tragedy is I never got any from you either. So you'll have to pay $47 and ship it to me without any tracking info.
Like the way we handled the whole podcast on the cabin is hard R stupid.
Yeah,
But
well, that's like we like I said, going forward, we know better. We're just not gonna plan. There's gonna be no plans for the
but
cabin.
I could have handed you a stack of stickers.
We could have at least done that. We're just dumb as hell. So what can we say?
One
Anyway.
could be on one could be on Cooter's water bottle right now.
There could be one. You know how up and down all the stops and little shops at Tail of the Dragon, there could be like 15 stickers per. You know
Well,
what I'm saying?
there's only two. Like there's two per side.
Gotcha.
There's no shops in the middle. Trust me. It's just
Right, because it's a
it's
sheer cliff drop off.
yeah. It's just 13 miles of chaos.
Right, and a driver's
Which
ed school apparently.
which we could bring one of those videos up and have Slater's reaction on it. Which I don't know if you saw. I don't know if you saw the video.
I only saw like part of one video. I only saw one video, and Scooter is going down the trail like this.
Oh yeah, like a roller coaster.
Yeah, because
Well, so
Cooter was driving like 5 miles an hour. He's like, what?
well, there's a funny story in that. So, um, I'm sure you heard the part where like I was following them for the majority of the runs,
Right,
and because I didn't want to kill myself, which I almost did when I was by myself,
right.
but uh,
Doesn't
he knows
surprise
it.
me.
But I've only been down it 2 times before that, and,
Hmm.
like, he knows it way better than I do, so I trust his braking and, like, his foreshadowing, like,
Right.
how I react to him, and which, by the way, that Miata can fucking turn. But
Right.
that's
That's about the
he
only thing it can do.
no, but he literally he was like, "Dude, I thought I lost you on, like, the triple S," and then all I hear around the last the last corner is, "You blow me a kiss." I was like, "Oh, I was there, don't worry." But,
That's funny.
no, when you hit, like, the real aggressive shit, he was just, like,
Yeah.
disappearing around a turn. I was like, "How the fuck did he do that?"
That's the only thing the Miata can actually do is
Right,
outturn every other car in the world.
right, because you have to understand, like, his car is probably 5 feet shorter than mine.
Right. It's literally like half the size of your car.
Yeah.
And it's not
So
like you
they
have a big car.
no, 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 mine's built for shit like that, but his is built
Right.
like but at the same time, if you put it on a professional racetrack where there's, like a 200-yard straightaway, that's why they have to stay like on the shoulder because everybody else that comes up, like what I was doing,
Right.
like when I get on the turbo, I'm not even hitting 8,000 RPMs.
Right.
Like I'm at 6,000 and I'm about to hit it. Like
Right. Exactly.
and like there's a certain part where you're going uphill and Slater was making fun of it. And he was just going, I
That's hilarious. I love that.
was like, yeah, dude, you have to understand, like, this is sheer power. What he has is sheer turn.
Right. Talk
And
about drive, talk about power. We put in
yeah,
the
no,
hours.
here, I can, I'll give you the video. So the story is, so on the last run that I did, because I pushed it really hard. And when I got there, like, I had, I had a tire gauge warning and my
Right.
brakes were literally like about to catch the car on fire because I was pushing it so fucking hard. Like I think Slater pooped in my seat. But
Speaking
like
of shit and ass.
yeah. No, and this is before the wings.
Right.
But let's see. Copy it. I'll send it to you, but you can hear his reactions like fuck yeah. Like we were literally you can hear the brakes going like
Right.
I almost went to the mountain twice. But
I
I
love
was
that.
pushing it. But the funny part of the story is when we turned around, I was having the conversation with Cody and he was wanting me to take point. I was like, I don't want you to make mistakes, man, because he stalled my car out twice and he stalled the Miata out like 3 times. And I was like, I don't want you to feel like you have to keep up. And I also don't want to be chewing your ass up the whole time and trying to make you go faster.
Right.
Just I
Right.
want you to have your experience.
Right.
And then Slater was like, I got to use the bathroom. I was like, listen, you guys just go and we'll catch up. And apparently Slater had to shit. And it was at least 5, if not 7 minutes. And then we got in the car and went. We caught up to them 3 quarters of the way through. Like
Love that.
I was pushing the fuck out of it. That's where that's where you get the video, like he was making fun of him, like doing the roller coaster.
Right. That's great. I love that.
Yeah.
Um, well, in the meantime, uh, though, we do have to talk about Rendon. So, he's kind of a darling of the podcast. We've talked about beating a dead horse before, but this guy just makes it too fucking easy. So, this piece of shit. I love that it tells you this in the article too. So he got hurt again. And to give you an idea of how often he's been hurt, he's played 58 games in the last 4 seasons since signing. This is a direct quote. Since signing a 7-year, $245 million contract with the Angels. That does count the shortened 2020 season. However, that whole season was still like 100 games or something. So it's not like he really was putting in a lot of work. Yeah, it's a little fucking. Not only is it embarrassing, ridiculous, but it's bullshit. And he's been on the record several times saying, I don't even really like baseball. I don't really want to play that many games. I just want to get paid money to just flop around and a player not even start for $245 million. And I don't know what the hell's going on with the Angels too, because we've talked about this in the past as well. But you brought up the interesting stat before the show started that he's not even in the top 5 highest paid players on the Angels currently.
No. You're going the wrong way with it.
I thought that's what you told me, that he's number 7 on the payroll.
No, in the entire MLB.
Oh. Okay.
He's number 6.
Which is absolutely nobody else is getting paid that much money to put up essentially what amounts to 0 results.
0.
Because he also went something like 0 for 29 in the first however many games that he played this season before he got hurt.
0 for 29 in 5 games. And then he had the last stretch. I think he had like 14 games where he got a hit every game or something, but it wasn't even like pieced. He didn't have a hit streak going or anything, but he got, I think he was hitting like 320 over that stretch, 0 home runs, 2 RBI.
Oh my God.
They were celebrating because he had 3 stolen bases. Well, guess what? If you ask Anthony Rendon to steal bases, he's going to tear a hammy. And I feel like
that's just what happened.
I feel like he's actually surgically going in with pliers and clipping at his hamstring. Just so he's like, you guys told me to do it. I don't know. Like it's going to be a long recovery.
Exactly.
No, don't worry. It's about my family. It's about money, but it's not about baseball.
Meanwhile, Ronald Acuna is breaking Atlanta records with his 190th stolen base, which is the most I think for the Braves. So
all time,
it's ridiculous.
We set the single season record last year,
right?
But, like I don't know what to say about this guy other than get fucked. Like this fucking guy. I know we talk about him every episode. He gets a chop. We don't have to wait until the chop.
Right.
He gets a.
I think we should just add him. So Anthony Rendon and Bryce Harper are going to chop every episode. I think it just needs to be. Yeah, it's automatic.
Just tally.
Speaking of, you do need to pick up the dicking around binder so we can have an official record of it.
I keep forgetting.
I got to go back and double check because I got my shirts and the socks, but I never got the hats. So I got to go back and double check that order because I don't know where the fuck. If they probably said they delivered it, it's not here yet. So
Anthony Rendon, look, I mean, he's still in my book. I don't hate him as much as Bryce Harper.
Maybe you should.
Well, no, because he's just he's just like the worst professional player, not even a baseball player. He's the worst professional athlete of all.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he's an asshole who hates his own sport, so he can get fucked as far as I'm concerned.
We've had some bad ones out there, but at the same time, this guy, he's literally said it was never his priority. It's like, yeah, dude, you signed a fucking.
How is it not your priority to make $245 million?
But yeah, no. What was the total? Hang on.
It's $245 for 7 years.
$245 for 7 years.
Yeah.
With an average of $35 million a year.
Right.
And I mean, Ronald Acuna Jr. Do you know what his contract is?
It's like, isn't it $8 million a year or something like that?
Yeah, it's not even close to that.
Right. For like 5 or 7 years too. I forget what his contract was.
Yeah,
he signed it last year, right?
It's not even. No, he signed it like 2 or 3 years ago. But it's not even half of that.
Right, and
it's not even a third of that. Yeah. I don't think.
Well, and that is a double-edged sword, though, is that when his contract runs up, we will have to pay something like that.
Oh no, he'll get Ohtani money because he hasn't peaked yet.
No, which is just crazy. To think about. And the other side of that too is I feel like I know we talked about how we got beefed up last year. I feel like he's still just as strong, and he's still lost like 30 pounds. Like he looks like completely cut this year.
Yeah, I think
like a pro surfer.
Yeah, like the beef came from him just being hurt and not being able to run.
Right. Yeah, no, I think that's probably you're right about that.
He was grounded, so he could work on his top half, and that's about all he could do.
Yeah, and then that being said, he's broke the single season. I mean, literally the only member of the 40-70 club.
No, he created his own.
The
club.
pioneer,
Actually,
yeah.
He was the only. I think he was the only 50-40, and then he was the only 60-40,
right?
And he was the only 70-40.
Right. He's literally, and he will be the only member of that club For probably, I would just go ahead and say the next 30 years, if not longer. Like you could easily say 50 years, but people get better all the time, you know.
Look,
So
the only prospect in the game right now that can do anything like that is
right,
Ellie De La Cruz.
right, yeah.
He
I mean, and
also
if we're just talking pure stolen bases, obviously that opens up the the playing field. But I mean,
but we're not.
but we're not
We're
like, because
not.
the only person who had similar stolen base was like Mookie Betts, right? I think last year, I forget, it was him and like somebody else.
No, Estuary Ruiz.
That's right, Ruiz.
Yeah, he had close to 100, I think, but he also only had like 12 dingers.
Right.
So, like that's speed, not power.
Right.
It's not speed and power.
And you got to have both to be in the 40-70.
Mookie Betts wasn't even close to either number. He wasn't close to 40 or 70.
Oh, okay.
So,
For some reason, I thought he was. I was probably. I know Estuary Ruiz. That's right. He had a lot of stolen base.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, he's a pure runner. Like he's he's MJ from MLB The Show. He's pure contact.
Yeah, he's all. By the way, that joke comes from the fact that Slater spent an entire day playing the show while everybody else went out and did stuff.
More like 2 days, but
yeah. And he's like, I asked him today. I was like, "So you're gonna play it?" He's like, "I don't have a Xbox or anything." I'm like, "It's only like $200 right now. Like you could easily buy one and then, get the Xbox Pass for $15 a month. Go for it." So I don't know. We'll see.
Anyway,
we'll see. We need to convince him to play because then we can all play NCAA together. Then we can fuck some shit up.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
He's not really good at video games, so
he got good. I mean, that was the thing. He's still like he started playing NHL with us, and he wasn't. If his stick wasn't completely fucked up, he probably would have done all right. Like by the end of it, he was picking up the passing lanes. He was crashing. Yeah, he was crashing the net properly. He even scored a goal. Like he wasn't terrible. So
where'd it go?
Yeah, he did. What are you gonna say? So
anyway, I got a rocket piss, dude. I'm sorry. And this is the first time I've ever apologized, but like I don't know what's going on with me.
I don't think it's the first time. It's the wings. I think the wings are still hitting it.
No, I'm just like all out of sorts, dude. Like I pissed right before the podcast, and I haven't even drank that much today as far as like water or liquids go. But I don't know, man. I'm just fucked.
That's fine. I'll see you in a bit. I'll bring up the next story. In the meantime, I'll keep the show running. Don't worry about it. Somebody's got to keep you entertained. So I think probably the best thing to pivot to, and this is maybe I should wait for Josh on this one, but I'm going to go ahead and bring it up for you anyway. So let's go to this video. And actually, no, I shouldn't wait for Josh because this is a perfect opportunity to play a video where he can't mess it up with the bullshit audio we have going on right now. So this is another gem we found from Reddit. Now everybody knows there's an upcoming Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight. I shouldn't say everybody, but everybody who like even can begin to keep up with shit from the internet. So this is Jake Paul, Mike Tyson. I'm gonna flip over to that real quick. Let's mute the intro music so we don't pop that back up again. So we got Jake Paul. He's training with Mike Tyson. He's going to be the best of the best. And I think, so here we go. Let's start from the beginning. He's got this female boxer, punching his abs, getting that ab workout in. He's got his mind layer going on here. He's twisting, working on his abs, his lower body, all that. He's got some nice jabs he's throwing in. Nothing particularly flashy, nothing special. Getting some good boxing stuff in. Russian jumps, I don't know what the fuck that's about. Little TikTok dance there. Then we switch to Mike Tyson, and Mike Tyson's about to fucking murder. Notice how Jake Paul's trainer was not wearing the bodysuit protection, and notice how Mike Tyson's trainer is. That just goes to show, like, he's just got that killer instinct. Like, he's always training to fuck people up, where you got to put the bodysuit on because he's not going to slow down on his combinations. It's just who he is as a fighter. He just becomes somebody else entirely. Knocks the fucking glove off the trainer. I mean, obviously the entire world is pretty much rooting for Mike Tyson at this point to beat Jake Paul's ass into submission and then bend him over and then fuck him real good while he's smoking a joint. So the entire world is definitely ready for this. But probably what's going to happen is they're going to get in the ring. Mike Tyson's going to play the Floyd Mayweather treatment on him, and he's going to just refrain from actually killing him in the ring, despite everybody's desire to the opposite. So, however, the training is still ongoing. Do we know when that fight's going to happen?
I think it's June.
June. Okay. Yeah, let me look it up real quick. Let me look up the exact date.
Yeah, I think it's June, but I love this. It's basically saying like, yeah, Jake Paul is training like a woman with women, and like Mike Tyson is just a fucking animal,
Yeah.
and he's not only taking it seriously, but he's this is the next step in his revitalized career. Like he's gonna eventually want to fight somebody current in
Right.
boxing.
July
But
20th, by the way. I don't know. Well, Mike Tyson has spoken extensively about how he doesn't want to fight again. Um I mean I don't know why. I honestly don't even know why he agreed to do this. Besides the money. They're both gonna make like 50 bazillion dollars doing this. So obviously like that's the drive there, but I mean he's spoken extensively about how he didn't like who he was when he was a fighter. Like he doesn't like becoming like putting on that mindset to like basically kill people in the ring. Like I don't know. I don't know. I don't see it long term happening. Like maybe he just needs a quick $75 million, or something like that. Whatever the fuck they're gonna get paid. I don't know,
well,
but I mean,
to be contrarian, he's actually come out in the last 2 weeks and said it's not about the money. Actually, I'll do my best, Mike Tyson. You think that's about the money? I got plenty of money. Like you don't see me smoking $400 worth of weed every podcast. I don't give a fuck about money. And he's like, no, his whole he's come out and said, I'm not worried about the money. And he's agreed, yes, I'm going to make a whole lot of money. But he said if it's going to change the perspective, he doesn't want money. He'll do it pro bono. He said he wants to get this clown out of the ring, and he wants to end his career. Like he wants to force him into early retirement just because he'll punch drunk him over. Like he's not gonna back off. He's going for uppercuts. He's going for fucking hooks to the head. He's not trying to body shot him down or wait him out.
right.
Like he's gonna come in, and in the first 2 rounds, Jake Paul may never be the same again. That's what he said.
I don't even think. Yeah, I mean, and if that's truly the case, there's always a lot of talk around these fights. Mike Tyson is not somebody who's known to lie about that kind of thing. But he is what 20, 30 years removed from the sport, so I mean, it still could all be for show. I'm not saying one way or the other. I'm just
Not
saying that.
I don't think it's even 20. I think 30 years, 94. That's before he went to prison.
So it's 20 years then, at least.
No,
Because
not
it's
even.
24. When did he stop fighting?
Oh shit. He went on a bad streak. I think it was like 05, 06.
Really, I didn't realize it was that
Yeah.
recent.
Yeah.
Um. So So yeah. So I mean, almost 20 years then.
But I
They were
mean the
pretty
beginning
close
of the
to it.
end was the Buster Douglas thing. The that fight was gnarly. What was it, 72-1 were the Buster Douglas odds?
Oh, I don't remember.
I think
I
they
don't. I'm
they
not. I didn't follow his career that much because, like, I mean,
yeah.
he was retired by the time I was able to even watch that kind of shit and
I
understand what was
mean,
happening.
most famously, he lost to Holyfield twice. The first time
Right.
Holyfield just took care of him, and the second time Holyfield really took care of him to the point to where Tyson was headbutting him, and then and then Holyfield started headbutting him back, and Tyson didn't like it because Holyfield knew how to keep him out of the pocket, so he couldn't
Right.
answer back, and so Tyson just started taking bites out of his ear, like getting in the clinch and biting his ear and shit,
I love
and
that.
yeah, but no, the Buster Douglas thing, dude. It was one of the biggest mismatches in a title fight of all time. And Tyson famously didn't even train for the fight. Like he was like, "I'll just fucking take the escalator, no stairs needed." And it didn't work out for him. uh, Buster Douglas, which they in the most recent documentary, like 2 years ago, Buster Douglas is now like 400 pounds. Like he rides around in a
Woo.
wheelchair because he's so fat. But
Woo.
he was a big boy then, but at the same time, he caught him off guard, and I guess
Right.
Tyson wasn't ready for how hard he could hit, and you could see Tyson getting frustrated and coming into the pocket, but every time he did, he would get like a downwards hook, like straight to his fucking head. And then
Jesus Christ.
he was trying to fight on the perimeter, which Tyson was never forced to do and can't do.
Right.
So, which is going to be the big problem with him against Jake Paul is Jake Paul is a lot taller than he is. He's got a longer reach. So if Paul if Paul can somehow dance around long enough to keep him on the perimeter and tire him out a little bit, it's not going to be a problem. But if he at any point loses his position in the ring and forgets to
Right.
turn, or for, like
Then he
if he
might
gets
die.
he really might, because
Right.
listen, Tyson lost a step, but I think he gained some strength somehow.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He's even when he was out of shape, he was never really like he wasn't like casual person out of shape. Like he never really truly like, blew it all out, blew it all on cocaine and hookers, right? So like
Oh,
especially
and
for his age, you know what I'm saying? So
like
he's definitely stayed in shape.
like in the '90s, the early '90s, when he was undefeated and world champ and all this stuff, just crazy fights.
Yeah,
Even before he met Holyfield, like he was the greatest boxer of all time. Like a 22
right,
year old Mike Tyson. Like if you just take that 22-year-old Mike Tyson, there's no other boxer in history that could even handle a little bit.
right.
He knew how to move, and it's weird because for a heavyweight, he's a little guy,
Yeah, that's true.
but he's top heavy, and he knows how to
Yeah,
make it work.
right.
But then he the timeline is great because it's called like waiting for Holyfield, and because he went into the Olympics and Mike Tyson didn't get gold. I think he got a bronze medal, but and he fought Holyfield, but
Mhm.
Holyfield didn't go pro. As I mean, that's really the status quo is after you compete in the Olympics, you immediately go pro. Like that's the last step before you go
Right.
pro. Like you do your amateur boxing, go to the Olympics, and then you go pro. But Holyfield got the gold and didn't go pro. And then everybody was saying he was dodging Tyson and all this. But Tyson, he's not built for Olympic boxing, which that's point boxing. Like you have to make a clean hit to the body or a clean hit to the head. That's the only way you get a point. Like
Gotcha.
Tyson's the guy where it doesn't matter how many he lands. Two's all he needs.
Right.
Like
Too perfect is right in the right place is always. Um,
right.
it's gonna be interesting though. I'm of the opinion that this fight, I feel like a lot of people think it's already over. I
But
don't think it will be.
it's not so one thing to consider before going in,
Mhm.
unlike the last two Tyson fights, it's not an exhibition. This is a professional fight.
Gotcha. Okay.
This is not this is not a play around fight. We're just doing it for the money and pay-per-view. This actually goes on his record, which he takes seriously.
Right.
And you won't get a half-ass Tyson. I promise you that.
Right.
And I don't know, Jake. The the only, as far as I'm considered, the only quality opponent Jake Paul has ever faced was Tyson Fury's brother, and he lost.
Yeah, I do remember that loss. I don't know. I think yeah, to everything that we've been saying. I don't think it's not over till it's over. I don't necessarily think Jake Paul will win. But I could easily just be the fact that Mike Tyson just doesn't beat the shit out of him. Like I think a lot of people are hoping and expecting. um and that could come down to several I mean, yeah, he's still in good shape. He's getting back into fighting shape and he's still got, 2.5 or 2 months, I guess, to
I mean,
to
dude,
train fully.
that's a long camp, bro.
Yeah. I
And
guess I guess 3 months, right? Because we said July 20th, and May
yeah,
20th.
but
I mean
dude,
April 20th. So
no, they agreed on this like a month and a
yeah,
half ago. That's a
yeah,
long
yeah.
camp.
It is a long.
Like
That's a
some
long
of the
camp.
video, yeah, some of the video, like the medicine ball video you came out, it was like
Yeah.
after they signed the paper, that was the next day. Like
Right.
he's never stopped training, but
Right. Exactly.
that's a really long camp.
Yeah.
But I look, my expectations for the fight are and Tyson, the people that work with Tyson are way better. They're top notch.
Yeah. That
They
is
are
true. That is true.
they're
That is
tippity
true.
top notch. Like he's got and he always has had the like top caliber training camps available. Like he not only knows how to box, but he knows how to fucking train for a boxing match. But basically that video, and that was released by Mike Tyson's people. They got a hold of the videos that he was posting on TikTok and compiled them.
I love
And
that.
they were like, he's training like my fucking little sister would. Like he's like, this it makes no sense. He's like, I
Yeah,
don't
why is
he
he
said
doing the fucking
something
TikTok dance? Like, I don't understand what
no,
the fuck the point of
he
that is.
he said something to the equivalent of I don't need a bitch to punch me in the stomach. I'm gonna make him look like a bitch. But
Kind of
which
love
didn't make sense. Didn't make
it.
sense to me. Like, why are you gonna like? That's how you're stunting. You're gonna have a female boxer hit you. Like, you don't
Right,
think Mike? I mean, that's clearly trolling him. Like, he knows Tyson's gonna say something about it.
right.
But I don't know. It's a match of the shit talkers, but at the same time,
It definitely is. You're not wrong about that. I didn't even think about that before. They are very, very fucking famous shit talkers.
dude, and I can't say half the shit on this podcast that Tyson has told his opponents before.
Right,
Like,
exactly.
I mean, I can hit the highlights. Like
Twitch would have a heart attack.
one of his opponents, he told he was going to eat his children after the match. He said there will be nobody left to protect them. I'm going to eat your children.
Jesus,
And
gotta love that.
and then the other one that I can't say the full quote is, "I'm going to fuck you until you love me." And then he has a choice gay slur for him.
Hmm,
Um,
love that.
but I mean, he's a great shit talker. It's a good match because Jake Paul is too. But honestly, my prediction for the fight is Jake Paul. I mean, he's a pro boxer and he's got a good camp, and they think they know how to attack Tyson, but at the same time, there's scores, not a dozen, not 2 dozen, but scores of boxers will tell you they thought they had him sized up, they thought they had him figured out, but the
Right.
first time you get a right hook to the rib cage and a left hook to the
It
face,
makes you
you're like,
rethink your
okay,
entire
all right,
career.
all right, game just changed.
Right.
I'll give you my firstborn for you not to hit
Right.
me again.
I'll go
Like,
ahead. Go ahead and eat my children. I'm sorry. I apologize.
I apologize. Here's my child.
Right.
Here's some ketchup, some mustard. You prefer A1. Um, like, please don't hit me again. I never want that to happen to me again in my
Right.
life. Um,
I love that.
that's what I'm saying. He lost a step, and Jake Paul, he's real quick, but and plus he's got the reach, so he's going to be able to tit tat and maybe keep him on the outside. But his worst nightmare is Tyson getting in the pocket even for 30 seconds.
Right. Yeah, I mean he could easily get fucked and rocked on that. So it'll be interesting to see. July 20th. Maybe we'll do one of those things where we'll comment on the fight. I don't know. I don't know. We probably have to pay like $400 to watch it though on pay-per-view. I don't fucking
Yeah,
know.
I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah. But we can watch it illegally and then comment on
I mean,
it.
I
So
really want to watch the fight, but like, I really don't want to spend that much money.
that's why we'll just be pirates, bro. We'll be the pirates that we've always dreamed of being.
Yarg.
Yarg on Jake. We'll do the whole commentary in pirate accents. Yarg on Jake Paul swings at him again and then misses. Yar.
Gotta get our bandanas and like
Yeah.
fucking like I'll have a peg arm.
Like a tri corner. Yeah. You're doing gorilla stance with your peg arm. I wonder what
Be
that
great.
looks like exactly.
Oh, we'll figure it out. We still owe the people a movie night too.
No, the people owe us a Patreon subscription so that we can do movie night.
Buy some merch, kids.
Buy some merch, yeah. Give us money, please, and then
Money me now.
what is it? What is I feel like that doesn't that have a line where he's like, "Money, please." I feel like he
I
says
was-
something like that.
I was referencing Always Sunny, where they're pretending that Charlie's mom has cancer, but Charlie writes the writes the speech.
Oh
And
God,
he's like, "I have cancer. I need money. Can I please have money? Money me now."
money me now.
Anyway,
Charlie
round
always
two.
deliver. Round
Cheers,
two, baby.
motherfuckers.
Dude, I'm exhausted. I already drank one of these. I don't know if I want to drink another one. But you know what? Maybe I'll get some more of Alabama's finest here in a second.
The white sauce.
No. I thought you said the white socks for a second too, and I was like, no.
They haven't come in yet.
Right. No, Milo's, of course.
No, dude, driving home, I was so fucking exhausted yesterday. Like, I almost fell asleep.
Seriously. No, seriously. I felt the same. Like I was so tired. I had to drink. I had to drink a
Dude,
monster
at
yesterday
least,
too.
but you had people with you though. Like, I'm
Well,
sitting
and we were
there.
watching King Kong, so I got to
I mean,
listen to that.
how can you go to sleep?
Right. I was on the edge of my chair the entire movie.
I'm glad Slater finally got to get visual on that.
Yeah, it was great. They watched the Peter Jackson one pretty much the whole way because it's like a 4 hour movie. So
Yeah, but that one's not as bad.
no,
Like,
I told you before. I actually really liked that movie. I actually thought it was a
see,
decent King Kong movie.
see, I didn't, but it's still, I mean, it's like a 4 out of 10. The ones
Right.
we were watching were like a
It's
-1 out of 10.
I haven't seen the new King Kong movies, the new Godzilla movies, but it's basically the best King Kong movie up until the point that it was made. Simply because of the production quality, and the other ones were really fucking terrible.
No, they were bad.
Yeah, yeah, they were really bad. Because he was like, if you're not like people say the original Godzilla movie, and I've never seen it all the way through. I don't think, but they actually like it's actually like a good movie. People say that. But the problem is like every
People
movie they
say
made, people say that, but every people, every movie they made around that, like Godzilla versus Mothra or King Kong or whatever, was just fucking trash.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's one of those things. Obviously, though, they had a following for like it's like Doctor Who. People just watch those movies for the last 70 years. So
Or like the the doctor, the evil guy in the one King Kong movie. You mean Doctor Woohoo?
Doctor Doctor Who? Yeah, it was
Doctor
that guy
Who?
was
No,
Doctor
Doctor
Wakasi.
Woohoo.
Who walked Doctor? Yeah, Jesus Christ. Yeah, classic. Maybe we should watch those movies for movie night.
We really should, like that one, the Godzilla versus King Kong. Oh my goodness.
It was somehow worse than the King Kong movie. Like just listening
Oh
to it, I knew it was
my
worse.
goodness.
I
It
didn't
was
have to
so much
watch
worse.
it.
So much worse.
It sounded like trash.
I can't
Also,
even. I can't even tell you.
it's interesting because I don't remember that being in the King Kong lore that he gains strength from electricity. So you learn something every day.
I was like,
What can you say? That's what they said. They said that in the movie. Like it was funny because they said that in the movie like 7 fucking times. They like set it up originally. Like we set up the electrical blockade because apparently Godzilla is like allergic to electricity or something. But King Kong draws
so
strength
wait,
from
so
it.
you guys watched the end of that movie then?
No, I didn't. I just heard. We never watched the end of that movie. They never finished it. I just remember hearing it 7 fucking times in the car. They literally were just like, King Kong draws strength from electricity. 5 minutes later, King Kong draws strength from electricity. 5 minutes later, King Kong draws like they really wanted you to fucking get that through your thick skull. Like I shit you not. They said it at least 3 to 4 times in the span of about 15 minutes. It was ridiculous. I was like, okay, I fucking understand. They're like, ooh, there's lightning. Don't forget, King Kong draws strength from electricity. Like, God, I was okay, all right.
So bad.
But honestly, I think now that I think about it, I'm actually really upset that Chet took the Nicolas Cage movie home because I actually do want to accumulate a set of DVDs for the car at this point.
I mean,
You know,
I have a whole set that you can have.
um, well, yeah, I might take you up on that offer, but I mean, as long as Barbie is a part of that, always.
Well,
You
it
tried
has
to
to
get
be.
you tried to get rid of her, and she came back.
I threw her in a food and stuff parking lot, and she came back.
She came back. She was like, "I haven't had enough abuse. I need more."
Oh,
uh,
Gator.
like all of Josh's
Oh,
ex-lovers.
oh, Gator. They just keep
um,
coming back for more abuse.
they just keep Gator included. Um,
You haven't murdered my pussy enough.
yeah, exactly. Um, but anyway, so all right, what's the next story we're doing, Josh? What do you want to hit next?
We're doing the tail of the dragon, bro.
The dragon? We
So
already
bring
talked
bring
about
it.
Tail of the Dragon.
No, but I put the videos on there.
No, you just all you sent me was a Google image. That's the only thing you sent me. Unless you,
What?
yeah, I didn't get anything. All you,
They're on there on my side.
well, they're not on my side.
Oh,
The
look
last thing you
again.
sent me was a picture. They probably haven't fully uploaded yet because videos are tricky. So I don't know what to tell you there, kid. while you're pulling that up, um, I will. I mean, since we're talking about fighting, let's go ahead and talk about the Boomer getting his ass kicked.
Hell yeah.
Do we need audio for this one or
No.
no? Okay, sweet. We'll
You can
provide
tell
the
they're
audio.
talking shit.
We'll provide the audio commentary. um. So yeah, so this guy comes in. He wants his hamburger. He's squaring up with with the king of the burgers back here. His woman's trying to be like, "Yo, come on, let's not do this. Let's not do this." They're filming
Yeah.
him. Come on, bro,
No,
come at me.
no, he's a big boy.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a few choice N words being thrown around here too. I love how her shirt says "Cause I'm a lady." I never noticed that before. That's funny. This guy, is that a Food Lion tattoo? Do you see that? It actually looks like a Food Lion tattoo. Give me my
Can't see
Whopper,
it.
bro. Give me my Whopper. And he's coming out. He's gonna kick his ass. Here we go. Oh shit! He went down real quick over the fucking bar too. Jesus
was bad.
Christ! Woo! Oh damn!
And
He's
then
like,
standing
stay
over him
down.
like, you fucking want more?
Yeah. He's like, stay down, motherfucker. Jesus Christ. Whew. Yeah, he's holding on. Oh, damn. Oh, he's out, too. God, dude, that's nuts. Oh, that's
Come in
harsh.
for a Whopper, you leave with a concussion.
Yeah. Coming for a Whopper, leave with a knuckle sandwich. Ha ha ha. Wait, you just missed the best part. The little white girl at the end of the video when she turns the camera towards her, she's like, whoa! Whoa, that was crazy.
Whoa, that
Tune
was
up-
bonkers.
Tune in on July 20th. You'll have your mind blown. Oh god, that's hilarious, dude.
So it's so bad.
I love being a baseball fighting podcast. I love doing that. We need to cover every bench fight this season. I think there's already been a couple. That needs to be something in the regular rotation. But
You have the video up for that?
for what? For the Whopper fight?
Yeah.
Yeah, I already showed it. I think there's some sort of weird delay on Twitch right now, so don't worry about it.
I can't see anything. I'm trying to get the tail of the dragon up because you can tell a cool story on that. But
yeah, I don't know what to tell you, kid. I don't know what to tell you. It's not, the video's not coming through. I mean, you told the story about it. You know, what are you gonna do?
the video is way better.
Usually the video is better, especially coming from us. So,
Always-
I just don't understand. You know, there's never a shortage of people fighting in a fast food restaurant. For some reason, we'll always have videos of that to share with the wonderful viewing audience.
yeah, that's the whole thing. Is dude. At my time at Bojangles, I mean, even my position,
I was about to ask you.
like I almost had to fight. Well, I really almost had to fight one time
Mhm.
because I'm sitting out there on my laptop, like in the dining room, getting shit together, like doing performance evaluations, stuff like that. And
Right.
this one guy is just out of his fucking mind because he said he was shorted $1 in the drive-through and they didn't give him a certain dip or whatever. And then the way the employees handled it was like, you can go fuck yourself. How about that? And then
You're like,
and
my man.
and then no, I stood up and I was like, hang on a second. And then he's like, I'm gonna whoop your ass. But he was talking about a female. It's like, send her up here, send her up here. Kept saying like that. And I was like, all right, let me get involved. And I walked over and I was being,
Love that.
my nice professional self. And I was like, sir, I apologize. Can I have your attention, please? Look my way, please.
Right.
Please stop trying to fight a female.
Right, exactly.
And I was like, excuse me, what's going on? He's like, who the fuck are you? And I'm like, hi, my name's Josh. This is my Bojangles. How are you doing? And and he was like, oh, well, you need to fire everyone back there. I was like, well, that can only happen tomorrow. So tell me what I can do today. And and I went through the whole rigmarole. Like, I
Right.
tell you what, I'll personally get you the dollar and your dipping cup. How else can I help? He's like, well, I'm gonna need a whole bunch of them. I'm gonna need all those free coupons you give out when you fuck up. And I was like, oh, okay, I see how this is going. I
Right.
was like, well, sir, I can make you happy right now, but you have to explain to me what happened. And he was like, well, she told me to go fuck myself. And I was like, okay. And I understand that. We'll dig into that. And I said, look,
We'll
We
take
go
it
back here,
back. Love
and I said,
that. Hold
and
on,
I went
put that on hold for a second. We'll do an internal
right,
investigation.
right, and I
The
said,
same people
I'll
that are looking into Otani, I got them back there looking into her.
right, and I said, I'll be right back. Just stay right here. I'll be right back. Where nobody else is gonna say anything. And I went and I got one ranch dipping cup. I pulled a
I
dollar out
love
of a
that.
till, and then I got a $5 voucher for the next time, and I handed it to
I
him. He's
love
like,
that.
"No, this ain't good enough. This ain't good enough." Like, what the fuck's wrong with you? I was like, "Sir, please calm down." And he's
Please stop
and he
yelling at
was
me.
and he was like, "No, I don't want you. I don't want any of this shit." And he threw it on the ground. And then he was like, "I want her to come out here and say she's sorry." And I said, "Well, sir, that's not something we're going to arrange right now. Um, what I can do is everything in my power to make sure you stay loyal to Bojangles and we make you happy not only this time, but next time you come back. What else can I do?" He's like, "Give me a whole stack of those things." I was like, "Well, sir, I'm not actually allowed to do that, and that's not protocol, but I can get you a free bucket of chicken. I can do anything within my power. What would you like?" And he's like, "Well, you seem like a fucking pussy." Like he called me a pussy.
Oh God, Jesus Christ.
And I said, "Well, sir, you're being aggressive now, so I'm actually more unwilling to help you out." He was like, "Well," he's like, "Well, I'll just whoop your ass then." Which, by the way, this guy is like a a Jay Trigger sized human being, and
I love that.
I'm thinking in my mind like I will beat the crystal meth out of you. Like
Right, exactly.
I will fucking destroy you. And then he actually touched me and he did this little aggressive move. You know how you're trying to like scare
Right.
people? He did this little aggressive move and then he just fucking pushed me. And I mean, I went back a little bit and I was like, "Sir, I'm gonna have to call the police now. I've been physically assaulted." And
Mhm,
then he did one of these little like fake swing things where he pulls back and like does like that. And I
mhm.
was like, "You missed."
I
Because
love
right now I've got
it.
all the this is on a Sunday, by the way. So I've got
Right,
like 45 customers and
right,
all of my staff watching this shit.
right,
I'm like, "Oh," I
exactly.
was like, "And you know how I do with an audience."
Right.
I was like, "Okay, well, you can only push me so far because you've already assaulted me." So,
Right,
and I'm pretty
exactly.
sure I'm being filmed by at least 30 phone cameras now.
Right.
So,
Not to
and
mention the security cameras.
I was like, "Sir, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave right now. The cops are on their way, and you can wait outside or you can leave. We already have your license plate number, so they'll find you." And I said, "But you need to get out of here right now." And I just kind of grabbed his arm and turned him around, and he turned into me, and I pushed him away from me, like just a quick push, just to create a
Right,
little distance. And
right.
then he just kind of he really did like the
Oh
gorilla
my
stance
god,
thing,
of
like he
course
was
he
gonna
did.
like he was gonna do it. And you
Right.
know what I did? I did a little foot shuffle like he did, but I fucking like I really acted like I was gonna do it. And he almost fucking fell down, like he did like that. I was like, "Get the fuck out of my restaurant right now. Get the fuck out." Which, by the way, I reported to my boss, and like 3 days later, I had to give like a sensitivity fucking thing in the store. Like,
Seriously?
yeah, like, well, I acted inappropriately. However, I was not going to allow this and that, but
Right,
do never do anything like I did, and I have
right.
been properly reprimanded. Like,
Jesus Christ.
it was a whole thing. But no, I've encountered such situations. I just, thankfully, it wasn't the guy that was behind the counter because he probably would have beat me senseless.
Yeah,
But
yeah. It's funny, because I told you when I was working at the Cheesecake Factory at Perimeter, there were three separate occasions I had to break up fights. It was twice I had, and it was all customers assaulting the managers.
right,
So, and the situation already escalated, and then they tried to swing on the managers, and none of them were my customers, by the way. I just happened to be around, and I noticed the yelling and screaming was going on, and I was by far one of the biggest people in the like. There were people that were physically larger than me, but I was probably the strongest and whatever biggest in that way kind of dudes there. So I just instantly gravitated within about 5 feet of the situation, and then I had to prevent the last time I did it. I had to prevent another customer from swinging on another customer. And I was like, "Look, she's crazy. Don't get involved in this. Don't go to jail. We'll handle
right.
it." Right. So I was just like, it was just great. But it's still to this day, I'll never understand why people are trying to fight in the Cheesecake Factory like the fucking Drake song, except worse.
Well, well, I mean, I guess the saving grace is this wasn't in Gaston County. we
I
would
guess it's
have
the
been
only thing
fist
going.
fighting.
Right. Otherwise, yeah, there would have been a group like long held grudges would have come out in the crowd.
Yeah, no, it would have like
Would have been a gang fight, basically.
right. You've seen a corn mosh pit. This would have been similar, except for they're actually throwing punches. But
Yeah, exactly.
it's like Lincoln County, which is the next one of the next counties connected. They they're quick to talk, but they're not really quick to fight. Like I
Right.
only saw like one fight, which is low in a fast food restaurant,
That is pretty low.
but and that was just customers fighting.
Those are rookie numbers. We got to pump
Those
those
are
numbers up.
no in Gaston County. See, we don't fuck around in Gaston County. Like you know the
Boy.
line, and you know no you know when you step over the line, and
Right.
when them's fighting words. Like it doesn't
Right.
fucking matter. Like if you're from Gaston County and so is the other person, it doesn't matter if you know each other. Like somebody's getting hit in the head,
Right.
and either you're a pussy and don't hit them back, or it's going to end poorly for both people.
Right. Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
a sense of pride.
Yeah. I would say the one thing, obviously, Atlanta, it's got rough neighborhoods. I think in general, the culture here is most people are gonna like if they even if a fight starts, I feel like most people are gonna try to break it up. But it's definitely street by street. As
Right.
you can imagine. There are definitely the rougher parts of town, yeah, there's just people just going at each other. So, but I feel like in general the culture here is we're gonna try to avoid fighting as much as possible. You know.
Yeah, I mean, in Charlotte and most of the surrounding cities and counties, about the same thing.
Right.
Sans Gaston County, um, it's more of a group mentality, and it's more of a like if I posture enough and if I make a couple gestures, like five people are going to jump in to save me.
Right.
Um, it's that because nobody wants to see somebody
Right.
get that hurt,
Right.
but
And then have to fucking talk to the police about it. That's the other
right.
thing.
And that's but dude, what I'm telling you is like Gaston County doesn't operate that way. Like, let's see how many people we can get involved and how many fucking people can get hurt before the cops get here and then everybody scatter.
Right.
Like, you're gonna have to find us all.
Right. Yeah, you find us to root me out of the meth house.
Right.
um yeah, but it's wild, dude. It's wild. You know, it's rough. You work in those low income area, spaces. I don't want to say areas, but just any situation where there's people making minimum wage. There for some reason it tends to attract the trash. I don't understand why or how that is. It's just the way that it rolls.
Those
Speaking
are the
of
people that buy that shit. Those are the people that work there. So why
right.
wouldn't you put it there?
Right. It just it's funny too because Slater told me they had to close the Taco Mac in Buckhead because the clientele apparently just got like way too rowdy over the last couple of years.
But it's a Taco Mac isn't like a
no, it's not.
Bottom of the barrel thing.
It's not, but it's just people want to go to restaurants and fight. I mean, Cheesecake Factory is at bottom of the barrel. Like, there's not a single like meal you can get on that menu for under like $17. But it's just the way that it shook out, I guess. It was just the area was sketchy, I guess. We always had this one coked out lady who came in after like 9:00 and like walked around with a baby carriage with nothing in it, talking to customers. It was a great experience. I don't know what to tell you. But here we go. The video just came through.
Wait, we got one, but wait until the other one comes in.
Okay. All right.
Because dude, I've tried to like actually post the video from the phone like 4 times on each. Now I just shared them as a post.
We might not actually get to the to it today. We might have to pull them up tomorrow. We only got 15 minutes left.
We got time.
Let's hit. Okay, so we actually got two serious stories left. Boeing, who we love to talk about.
I didn't think that was a Boeing thing.
Oh, it is a Boeing. It is a Boeing. It's just not a Max. It's a 767.
767. So a big boy.
So it's a big boy, and the fucking emergency slide like fell off the aircraft, and then they had to turn around. Like it's fucking like it's absolutely crazy. Hold on. Is the stream gonna go down? Everybody check. Everybody do a check right now. I'm not suicidal. Josh, read the Boeing script real quick.
You can't say that word, but
oh, I'm not. What's the word? Unalive. I don't feel like unaliving myself. There we go. There are currently no drones of which I'm aware of in my area.
So before we play this or look at this, the Boeing company would like to make a statement.
Right,
Once
please.
again, don't misconstrue this as an apology. The slides were not effective, and on this particular flight, we're gonna have to put this on the flight attendants because they pushed the wrong button upon takeoff. They will be taken care of shortly. They
Taken
will
care
be.
of.
I mean, we will look into this issue.
Right.
And once again, not an apology. However, we do apologize for Delta's poor choice of employees, and we will strongly consider pulling all of the Boeing line from Delta and strictly going American Airlines. We believe they have the highest value. However, oh shit, you already. Oh, dude, I'm on such a delay. Like,
No, it's okay. Yeah, no, the delay is real right now. I don't know. I don't really know why that is. That's
fuck.
okay. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Just keep going. Um, so but really the big story is so yeah. So the slide, the emergency slide, was somehow came apart. From the aircraft, and I love this. I love this little line in the story. It says a search for the slide was ongoing.
So it
So
could
they
have
lost
killed
it.
4 people
Right.
after it fell off
Does
the
it?
plane.
Does that mean people were jumping out of the airplane, like going after the slide? Like, what's that mean?
Woo!
They're just halo jumping out of the fucking rear of the 767.
Right, and getting
Um,
eaten up by the fucking the jet Faust.
meanwhile, the engine cowling flew off and hit you mid-flight. So
Right. And
the
if
door
that
popped
didn't
off.
get you, yeah, the side door just
Yeah.
clipped you on the way down.
Well, actually, that's how they got out. They just popped the door out and rid that all
Uh,
the way down.
all they did was look hard at the emergency door and it
Right.
popped off.
Exactly. Um. So sorry, it's too funny.
So all of the Boeing, which by the way, they did say that this was made in like it's been in service since like 1992.
Right. Exactly.
So the we don't know. So the 737 Max is basically built out of Legos, but
Right.
so like
And duct
pieces
tape.
can come off. It never had structural integrity, but
Right.
if a piece falls off, it's like a 5-year-old stepping on it on the floor. Like
Right.
it just
Exactly.
fucking goes. But this one has been in service for like 30 plus years, and I'm guessing if their if their manufacturing standards are that low for the new stuff, then they're not
You can only
properly
imagine.
upkeeping the old stuff.
Right.
It's just duct tape, dental floss, and fucking big
Right.
lighters that are holding it together.
Crossing your fucking fingers. Yeah, I don't understand. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand that. Like, what the root cause is. If it's just pure manufacturing, or if it's maintenance, or if it's both. Like, it's just the funny thing is just not getting better. Like these stories just keep fucking popping up. So,
Right.
like,
So basically, Boeing aircraft are the Anthony Rendon of the skies.
right.
It's never gonna get better.
Yeah, they keep going. They've only played 58 games in the last 4 seasons.
Right. This one pulled a hammy
Right.
before it fucking took flight.
Exactly. It made a public statement about how it hates flying and really doesn't want to do that ever again.
Right. I've been flying for a long time, but it's
Right.
not really my top priority.
They want me to perform
And
about 100 flights a year, but I'd really think it should be shortened to about 50.
yeah, right. Or this season like 29. And
Right.
also I won't be back this flying season.
Right.
So I'm
Exactly.
gonna take my time to
Yeah.
the
I need
duct
to make
tape
sure
is gonna take a while to reapply.
You don't understand. The duct tape. Yeah, they're going to heat it up with the Bic light that they have on board. So I mean, it'll be applied more firmly this time. But it's going to take some
Actually,
time
the big lighter is actually what's used to actually
to propel it forward.
no, to ignite the jet fuel. It's just blowing past it.
It's not even a jet engine. It's just an engine made of a billion Bic lighters that just turn on.
Once they get to whooping though, there's no telling what's gonna happen.
You just try to outfly that 767. I dare you.
They're not even Bic lighters. They're the one from Dollar General that are like half the size.
What's
Like you
cheaper
get
than a Bic lighter? I
the
thought
non-Bic lighter.
the non-branded lighter. It's
Right.
just like Flamey Boy.
Yeah. No, it's just a lighter.
Right.
There's no it's
There's
just
no
a
branding at all.
just a clear pink lighter where you can see the fluid in it.
Right.
Like
I love that.
those are known better in the crack community as our lighter.
It's
Um,
our one lighter that we share between all the
the one,
trailers.
yeah. Unlike Bic lighters, they actually have that little gauge on it to where you can turn the flame up or down. People figured out a long time ago if you take the metal part off of it, then you can keep re-cranking it and open it all the way up, so it's got like a it's got
Right.
like a 7-inch flame coming off of it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, dude,
Right.
it is awesome,
That's how they achieve thrust and takeoff for sure.
dude. It is awesome. You're right.
It is. I mean, that's just there's only one way to answer that. Well, all right. So we got the Delta drama out of the way, but we also got to talk about Aaron Rodgers for a second.
Do we
um,
again?
I
Oh
don't.
yeah, we do. We do.
Yeah, I was gonna say you put this in here. So this is do we? I guess we do need audio for this, but it's 2 minutes long. So did you watch this beforehand?
Yes.
Okay, so just run it. Just walk us through the video.
All right.
Like walk us through what happened.
Actually, having Stone Cold walk you through the video is actually better.
Yeah, Stone Cold. But I don't trust. I don't trust their audio. Just give me the
But
highlights.
I also can't see it. So
Well, so right now it's just Stone Cold Steve Austin talking about himself.
all right. So first of all, Baker he's been tasked with giving grades to professional athletes drinking beer in public.
I
And
love
the
that.
first one is Baker Mayfield. He's like, "Oh, this kid's a pro." Like he finishes his canned beer. Somebody throws him a beer. He catches it and then bites into
Yeah,
it and opens it and shotguns it.
that is pretty sexy.
He's like A plus, brother.
Right,
It's like he's like I can work with this kid.
right.
And then
Ooh,
it shows the offensive lineman. He's is that the next one?
yeah, that's the next one. The guy
The
he's drinking
offensive
3 in a
lineman,
row.
and he's like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, he's not done yet." He's like, "Oh, he's got a good gulp." He's like, "Oh, this kid could go pro any day now." And then it shows Aaron Rodgers, and then he's like holding up the finger as
Yeah.
he's
He's like, "Hold on, I got
gingerly
it.
drinking it.
I
He's
got
like, "Oh, I don't know if I can work with this." It's like this kid may not have a future as a drinker. One of the best quarterbacks to ever play the game, but I can't work with this.
Hold on, let's show Aaron Rodgers one more time here. He's got a he's going. Oh, hold up the
You
finger. Excuse me.
hold the
Hold on.
finger up.
Hold on,
Excuse me. Hold on. I'm a
hold on.
pussy.
My my Achilles tendon is acting up. Hold on.
I'm a giant pussy here. But then it goes to Christian Yelich, I think, and Christian
Yeah.
Yelich, he's got the second best. It's nothing impressive, but he's like Stone Cold's like once again, I can work with it. With about a year's worth of training, he could be up to. He said he's not gonna be a Mayfield ever,
Right.
but
I mean, if we put him in the Tyson camp, we can get some results out of him.
he's not gonna be honking nuts at the sideline anytime soon. But,
uh, shame.
which, by the way, dude, the Baker Mayfield thing is impressive.
He nailed it, and then he caught that shit so smooth. Like,
Just fucking catches it like
yeah,
like he's done it 1,000 times, then bites into it, cracks it, and takes it down. Like,
hell yeah, like a fucking
I
champ,
mean,
like a true fucking champ. First of
I'm
all,
not a Baker Mayfield fan, even though the dogs crushed him and honked their nuts at him. But I'm not a big fan. But the offensive linemen for me, I mean, it's not even close, but they get second place. Yelich,
yeah.
he's drank a beer before, but Aaron Rodgers, like he has two tampons in.
Aaron Rodgers too
And
busy drinking wine on the sideline. Apparently,
yeah, he's
so
got
he
two
happened
tampons
to be holding a beer when the camera hit him.
in. Right.
It's just the way that
Like,
happened.
hang on, excuse me.
Right. Hold on, boys. Hold on. Plus it's not even 16 ounces of beer. It's because he only had like
Oh,
2/3 of the way
well,
full
that's
too.
that's
So
another thing that you have to take away from Yelich is he started with half a beer. So,
it's not his fault though. But he should have pounded it like the O lineman. The O lineman. You
the
seen that
lineman.
clip of the yeah. You seen the
There's
clip of
also
the
like he knows how to chug a beer because like you have a flexible plastic cup, so he knows how to bend it. So
right
he
and
he
then
literally
pour it.
bends it and opens his mouth the right
Right.
way and just goes and
Have you
that's
seen
it.
that? Have you seen that clip on the internet about the guy who like challenges people to drink a beer faster than him, and he pretty much
Yes,
smokes everybody?
yes,
Yeah,
everybody.
yeah. That was
He's
Baker
like,
Mayfield.
oh, yeah, and he'll give everybody a head start. He's like, I'll
Right.
start when you start.
No,
Just go ahead.
he literally gives people like a 3-second head start
But
and
he
then just
he
downs it.
sizes them up first. He's like, yeah,
Right.
he can probably drink a little. He can drink a little fast, and he'll let
Right.
him. He's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, and
Yeah.
that's it.
He's like, good job. Whoop. That
Oh,
was literally what's happening. I love that sound effect.
oh.
Crank him back, baby. Yeah, and then he does it like 30 times in a day and somehow is completely sober. He's on the Mater he's in the Mater trading camp apparently.
Which I used to be, dude. I used to be really good at shotgunning beers. I've never bit a can though. Like that's a whole nother thing. So
That was something else entirely.
I gotta give a tip of the cap to fucking honky nuts because he did it right, and that's not how you're supposed to do it because he spilled some of it. But I know how to carve a key into it and make a good hole, and then actually take the whole fucking thing down.
There's
But
only so much you can be responsible for.
well, I guess, but dude, if everybody's watching you and you're on and you're on television, like make it look good.
Right.
Don't never do this.
Right.
Never do that.
Um
Or just say, oh, I mean, if you want to be a bigger pussy, just hit him with the, eh.
yeah, so
I've done it.
at least Aaron Rodgers attempted to drink it. That's the only thing he's got. There's the only point in his column. That being
But if
said
you've,
though,
but if
oh, you
you've
know
ever
what?
done the championship belt, like as a celebration for
Mm,
15 years, if
yeah.
you've ever done that, you got to be able to chug a beer. I'm sorry, bro. You
And for
have to.
that reason, he gets a chop.
Bam.
Going right into the chop shop too, actually. So let's hit a
Hey,
hard recap. Playing the music
man,
now.
we never got the second video. It is a 2.5 minute video. Slater going, ooh, fuck yeah, ooh, fuck yeah.
The chop shop. So in
Good
that
chop.
case, does the Miata get a chop too? For that reason?
No, I'm not gonna chop any of them because I will tell you, Scooter can drive the fuck out of that thing. And
At
uh,
least, yeah, it's good practice
listen,
for his.
but listen, Cooter's learning, and I don't know. I wouldn't expect him to be that aggressive. I mean, if you want to pull the video up, it's a funny video.
I only have the roller coaster video. That's the only one I have. So, but that's okay. We'll share it with the community next time for sure. But so let's go over our chops. Anthony Rendon, Bryce
Boom,
Harper, Phillies,
boom,
Aaron
boom,
Rodgers for drinking
boom.
beer like a moron. Um,
Drinking beer like a
yeah,
woman that doesn't drink beer. Boom.
right. Um, what else we got? That was pretty much it, I think.
I don't think we chopped each other. I don't think there was a
Nah,
need for that.
nah. I think oh, Boeing. Chop.
Uh, Cabins USA. Chop.
Chop. I think they deserve 2 chops actually, because they fucked us over more than once.
Oh, the double chop.
Whoop-am!
Pop, 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 pow.
Wop, 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 wop.
Pop, pop,
Gotta-
pop.
We're gonna have to refill the air horn after. I feel like we've been doing it a lot the last few episodes. So take it to
We didn't
Mater.
really air horn this time, so
Not this. Well, yeah, but it was running pretty low. That's why. So take it to Mater. Take it to Mater. He's got the certification.
he has
He
the
went
2
to
credits from community college.
say he went to the community college class. Give him the. We'll give it to him, and he'll help us
Yeah,
out. So
They gave him a certificate that has his name spelled wrong.
toe Mater.
No, he's Tamer.
Well, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for another great episode. We got merch, we got Patreon, we got shit happening. We're on TikTok too. I guess we're trying to take over the world on TikTok now. So hop on there, check out the best clips from the latest episodes. Check out the worst clips from the latest episodes. I don't care either one. Check them out. Obviously, check us out on Twitch every fucking Friday live at 5, except for the last 2. For some reason. But don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Every Friday going forward, live at 5. That's the schedule, baby. Come dick around with us. Keep digging around on your own. And give us money, please. Money, please.
Money me?
Money me.
We need money.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And for